Kalal Wahwadla Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Kakadash. The blindness to the apostles and elders of great millstone that will and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. I'm at the Manatas Action Shalom. It's another short impromptu video, but I put this up a couple of days back. It's probably old news by now, but you know what I mean. I'm still giving a little 2 cents. And so it says the self-proclaimed Ghanaian prophet Ibn Noah claimed that the world would be destroyed by a great flood on December 25th, which never happened because God decided to postpone it. According to him, his prayers were heard and the end was put on hold. However, it recently emerged that the prophet purchased a new Mercedes with donations from followers who filled his coffers in a Noah-like fashion. And the picture itself says Ghanaian prophet who built 8 arks for the 2025 flood used the donations to buy himself a luxury car. Alright, let me go to no. Isaiah 60 and verse 2. It says, For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Alright? So it's a darkness will cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. That is what we know. And gross darkness cover the people because they were led by this idiot. Alright? They were led away by this idiot. So, you know what I mean? Donate how much ever they donated to him. Alright? Which is absolutely retarded. You know, in this day and age of ready-made information, for lack of better words. Information is at your fingertips, information at the ready, you know what I mean? The spirit of the church are not on the people, as you could see, because they in darkness, they go in with the whims of man, right? I'm gonna express up here. 2 Timothy 4 and 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, because they say all sorts of things about us, the man of the Lord, the man of the truth. You know what I mean? They say despicable things about we are bombs, this, that, and the other, we condone grape, and all these other fairy tales, right? All these other heresies. When we just tell them the black and white of the scriptures, because there is no gray area. It's black and white, you know? That is all it is. It is what it is, basically, is what I mean to say. We don't interfere with it. We don't change nothing. As it is said, is how we break it down. To show you, hey, this is what it says. This is what it means. Whether you like it or not, or whether you choose to accept it or not, this is what it is. Right? But after their own lust shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Yeah, the people are itching ears, so they heap teachers to scratch their ears. Tell them sweet things. You know? That is what it is. To tell them soothing things. So, let's see if I can get up. I think it was soothing words. I mean, if I get it, be good. If not, we move on. Alright, no. We'll go to the book of Jeremiah. It says, Jeremiah 5 and 30. It says, a wonderful and horrible thing. You know, I'll go read from 26. It says, For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap that catch men, as a cage full of birds. So are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and wax rich, They are become great and wax rich because now we buying a luxury car, brand new luxury car, and so on and so forth. You're living in a comfortable lifestyle. You know, you can afford the extras of life, as I say, the extras. Right, not basic necessities, the extras. It says they are waxen fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. So it is, they don't help the needy. You know what I mean? Your donations could have been donated to help another fucking cause. I know you deserve a luxury ride for whatever reason, but you go and flood no, but you buying a luxury car, not a luxury boat, eh? Let me be real. You go and flood, but you're not buying a boat, you buying a fucking car. Great. It says, shall I not visit for these things? Saith Yahweh, shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. Right? So a wonderful thing, because why the words of the scriptures coming true about, you know what I mean, men waxing worse and worse. A wonderful. It's horrible because people being led astray with the BS. You know, so you're seeing, so now the men are light, seeing the ones who, you know what I mean, who covered by the gross darkness, as it's in Isaiah 60 and 2. All right, verse 31. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will he do in the end thereof? The prophets prophesied falsely. That's what he did. Prophesied falsely. Right? And the priests bear rule by their means. So whatever they feel is how they bear rule. You can't do this. We say you could go ahead and eat pork and go ahead and, you know what I mean, lie with mankind if it's a man or woman, kind if it's a woman. Yeah, we say that they bear rule by that means whatever brings pleasure to them. Whatever seem right to them. Right? That is how they bear rule. As I said, this precept come to mind. Just bear with me 1 second. It says, Proverbs 14 and 12, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Right? And that is what it is. Because the priest thinking, oh, their way is right because it seems right to them. But the end thereof is what? Death, because why is sin? And we know the wages or the payment in the layman terms for sin is what? Death. And basically he's securing or reserving his spot, you know what I mean, for damnation, for judgment. Right? Because he's a con artist. You know, that's basically what he is. He con the people and them the money. You know, and these people and them wouldn't come to the men of the Lord, so they deserve it. All in all, they deserve it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. What is it first? Lovely. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, right, so they don't love the truth, that they might be saved, because they say we too harsh and this, that, and the other, and they find all set of flaws with reduction, and all we're doing is breaking it down as it is. We ain't switching our wrong words and mixing and mingling other books with it, and no. This way it says, this way it is. Right, cool. They don't receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, power shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Yeah. So they send what is his name? Ebonoa, whatever. Power send Ebonoa a strong delusion, right? That he might believe the lie, and he profess it so soothingly to the people that they and all receive the same strong delusion, and they and all what believe a lie. That they all might be damned to believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. You understand? Yeah, because they don't believe the truth. They ain't gonna come to the light. Because they don't believe. They don't take part. They don't care about the truth. You know? And this is why they was conned. I will bring on the precept before it say my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? Because when you realize, hey, your foundation is hollow, and you already start to build on it, what going to happen? It go cave in. The whole structure will what? Implode. All right, and when it implode, what will you do in the end, boy? When you realize, hey, it was lies all the time. It was BS all the time. Them fellas who was preaching and shouting on the corner, they were right. When I was born, that's right. They were right. You know? Brothers who was out in the rain and the snow, they were right. Tell me about the MTB, tell me about the fiat currency system, so on and so forth. They were right. Tell me about the beast and the whore. They were right. Tell me about warning you against trusting in Egypt. They were right. You know, but you'd rather find these want to be prophets, you know, or self-proclaimed prophets. Because them just wake up a day and proclaim themselves to be a prophet. Right? The scripture says the spirit of the prophet is subjected unto the prophets. So they are self-proclaimed prophet. They are not ordained from the wombs, as it said in Isaiah 45. Is it 45? I believe it's 45. Right? Just roughly paraphrasing it. You know what I mean? They was not ordained from the womb to bring Israel back to the Lord. They wake up a morning and find a way to con people, and that is what it is. You know? So they received that strong delusion, man, and they believe the lie. And now it come to fruition. Now they seeing the fruit of the works, the deeds, in other words. You know, so hey, today I came watching, I hope it inspire food for thought. Through spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, Hashem Kakodash. Until next time, Shalom.